Hey there, Doughboy here, and I'm going to give a quick rundown of my top 20 things that were shown at E3, and I am going to talk a little bit about each of them, and why I chose them, and why they are on the list at the places they are. This is my top 20. You may not agree with my choices, but you will probably agree that a lot of amazing things were shown at E3 from every showcase. Now, here are my top 20 to 11 things shown at E3. Number 20. Rainbow Six Siege. I have only played a few of the Rainbow Six games, but I have liked what I played. In this gameplay demo, a team of people played some Terror Hunt co-op multiplayer, and in this scenario, they had to infiltrate a building to stop some bombers. They showed some interesting gameplay such as infiltrating through the second floor window and driving a little RC car around to look in the rooms ahead and past the barricades. They were also able to break their way through the walls to infiltrate into the next room. I haven't played really any of the previous few Rainbow Six games, so I don't know how much of this is new gameplay, but it looks pretty good to me. Number 19. Mass Effect Andromeda. To be honest, I haven't played any of the Mass Effect games. Yeah, I know. I have heard they are great games, and I'm sure they are, and I will have to play them at some point. The next game in the Mass Effect series looks pretty interesting. This Mass Effect takes place in what I assume is the Andromeda Galaxy, and it appears like you can travel to several different planets with different landscapes, atmospheres, and weather conditions. And I have to admit, the game looks beautiful. Number 18. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Ghost Recon Wildlands looks like it will be a very fun game. The trailer showed a group of operatives taking out a cocaine operation out in the middle of nowhere. Several different options on how to get the job done were shown. You can go in guns blazing and take everyone out and get rid of the drugs, go in stealthily and kill the target, or even take them alive and confiscate the drugs. Or, you could even take out the drugs and leave the target to be taken out from the inside by someone higher up on the food chain. You can do whatever it takes to get your mission done, and the game looks pretty sweet. Number 17. Halo 5 Guardians. To be totally honest, I have never been much of a Halo fan. I know a lot of people will strongly disagree with me here, but hey, it's just my opinion. And now that's not to say that I didn't like the Halo games. I liked the first 3 Halo games quite a bit actually, but I haven't played the 4th Halo. But if this game didn't get a place on the list, I would be doing a disservice, because it definitely deserves a spot, and if I ever get an Xbox One, this will be on the list of games to get. Number 16. Gears of War 4. As I've said, I haven't been much of an Xbox fan ever since my 360 tipped over while playing the original Gears of War. It ended up getting a ring scratched into it, and it would not play past the point in the game that I had made it to when it tipped over. Even after a refurbish, it still wouldn't work, so since then I haven't played anything Xbox. But to be totally honest, Gears of War 4 is looking to be pretty awesome. It looks to have a cool style that looks more like a horror game than a Gears of War action game, and it has some pretty cool weather effects. If I ever decided to get an Xbox One, then this will be on the list of games to get, definitely. Number 15. The Division. In this game, humanity has been nearly wiped out by a virus, and you play as one of the survivors that is left. A gameplay demo was shown where a team of people went into the infection area called the Dark Zone in the middle of Manhattan and made their way through looking for supplies. They eventually came across some enemies, and then some other survivor players joined them to take on the enemies. Then the demo ends with the original team deciding to turn on the players that joined them, kill them, and take their loot. Then something even more unexpected happens. One player decides to take a step further and kill off his teammates, so that he can take their loot and be the lone survivor. It is really every man for himself in this game. Number 14. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. This installment to the Assassin's Creed franchise will take place during the Industrial Revolution, and its character styles look very similar to the style in the movie Gangs of New York. It is also very similar in story, with a gang of assassins that are trying to take out the other gangs of the city in order to stop a rich and powerful man. You play as one of the Fry twins, Either Jacob, who has more of a head-on approach, or Evie, who is more keen on the stealthy approach. I've always had fun with the Assassin's Creed games, and I'm pretty sure this one won't be any different. Number 13, Star Wars Battlefront. A little bit of Star Wars Battlefront was shown off at the EA press conference with the Hoth battle. There were ground soldiers, T-47 airspeeders, TIE fighters, AT-STs, and AT-AT Imperial Walkers aplenty, and depending on what side of the battle you were on, you could pilot any of them. There were also Imperial Star Destroyers in the sky above Hoth that could rain down laser blasts onto the planet. You could even play as Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. I don't know how that would work in the multiplayer, but maybe it's some kind of timed kill count reward, but the game looks freaking great. Number 12, Horizon Zero Dawn. In Horizon Zero Dawn, you play as a tribal girl who reminds me of Ygritte from Game of Thrones. It seems to take place far in the future, where the cities of the world had met with some kind of catastrophe where all of the electricity was lost. Now humanity survives in small tribes that are scattered about the world, and they have to hunt to survive. There are new creatures that roam the lands that are what appear to be biomechanical dinosaur-like creatures, of all kinds of varieties, big and small, and you have to hunt them to gain supplies to survive. The game looks beautiful and very creative. It's something entirely new, and I can't wait to play it. And number 11, South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Wordplay. This new South Park game is a sequel to The Stick of Truth, but instead of playing an RPG game of wizards and warriors, now the children of South Park will be playing a superhero game. Play as the new kid, and join the Coon, Mysterion, and their allies in their fight against the evil Professor Chaos, and discover the source of the great power behind the new kid's farts. That's my top 20 to 11 E3 2015. Join me next time to see my top 10 from E3 2015. This has been Doughboy from Hardcore Academy, and peace out.